finally on our road trip. It's been a bit to get here. We've been so busy, so crazy busy with normal work, with our business, with family, with life in general. So
only started the bike this morning.
So fuel prices, we're going to put it on halt, but we decided to go and take the caravan instead. So we have free camping the whole trip. Fuel cost us, what was it, $270 to fill up the Pajero and 3 jerry cans. So first up, we're leaving a day earlier as well. So today's Wednesday, 22nd of April, and we're heading to Toowoomba because I now have a gig to do corporate photos at one of the industrial sites down there. So
Royal Wolf Containers.
Royal Wolf Containers, yeah. So we're going to go and do that first thing in the morning, and then we head to Mudgee to pick up some tyres. Pick up some tyres for Ed, and then we're on our way to Canberra. So very, very short and expensive trip ahead. We have already had to put 4 new tyres on the caravan on Monday, which cost $1,000. So we're taking 2 and a bit days to get to Canberra, have 2 days there at Ed's, and then 2 and a bit days to get home again. So yeah, come drive with us on this trip, and yeah, we'll see what adventures we get up to. I did invest in a Starlink Mini, so we're testing that out in the car on our trip today. It's pretty cool. So we get Wi-Fi the whole entire trip, which is great. drives with the caravan, and it's all about the wave. So in Australia, for our overseas followers, you must wave.
You don't must.
You don't must, but it's polite.
You can.
So Greg's going to take us through all the different waves.
So it's the one finger, just like A, then two fingers. Then you got the thanks mate if they flash you, and then if you see a police car, you do that. And then if you see the same car in the same van, you do that. That's it. End of story.
Quick stop at Thangle for a toilet, and then discovered that the flap on the roof of the van was up, so Greg's just pulling that down now. We had planned to go to Charlton, I think it was, but that was another half an hour, so we're literally pulled up at Oakey and we're right on the train station in a car park. So Greg's just making room for us, and then I am attempting to start dinner, so all off-grid. This is our van. We have made Thai chicken and rice noodle stir fry. Needed bigger pots, but we may do.
Bedroom entertainment. Just a train.
It is 6:40. Greg didn't sleep well last night. He's been awake since 1:30. I was just cold the whole night, and yeah, still slept okay, but I was just cold. So a couple of trains went through. We slept last night. So it's 14 degrees, a little bit fresh, but we've just stopped off the toilets because we couldn't work out the flusher on the toilet last night, so we thought it was empty, so we're going to come and fill it up, but that's not the issue, so we'll figure that one out this afternoon when we stop again. So I just got Greg breakfast pie from the bakery, and hopefully that'll be sufficient enough for his breakfast. Yeah, hopefully it's a good day. It's beautiful. just fresh. It's gonna get a lot fresher going to Canberra. Thanks everyone for the birthday wishes. We had a absolutely non-eventful day. 9.5 hours in the car.
You slept 3 times.
I slept 3 times, had a few nana naps, had a few silent tears. But we're now in Mudgee in a rest stop.
7 o'clock, we're ready for bed.
Ready for bed. Had a hot chook sandwich for dinner, nothing flash, and we're cold. So can't wait to get to Canberra, Ed. But we do have your tyres.
All 9 of them.
And this is where we slept last night. These toilets are actually pretty good for They have their own soap, dryer, sink, everything inside. You get 10 minutes and it plays music. Pretty cool. So this was packed last night. We're the last ones and it's only 7 o'clock in the morning. So we've made it 2.5 days to get to Eds.
And have a look, will you?
And it is perfect. The roosters don't know what time
The
it is.
roof is broken.
But yeah, so we're here waiting for Ed to come home. We've just overtaken his house.
Already set up.
Already set up, time to go. We're ready to go.
Taking it to the track, turn the track.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
Support party, return on.
lest we forget.
Careful, forward, quick, march.
Had some training in bomb throwing, went up to the end of the trench, nearest the Germans, and I took his rifle. That was the last I saw of him. They tell me he resumed sniping. Others told me he was very eager and jumped on the parapet of the trench, calling, "Come on, Australia."
This morning's dawn service address will be delivered by Flying Officer Kabora Ali of the Royal Australian Air Force.
In 2001, in the early hours of the morning, a tiny wooden boat in the Indian Ocean was on the verge of sinking after a night of heavy storms. The relentless sea had shuddered it mercilessly. Each violent wave struck the fragile boat, lifting it high into the air before slamming it down onto the unforgiving water. Men, women, and children desperately clung to life. They were terrified, exhausted, and severely dehydrated. An Australian Navy patrol spotted them at dawn, and they knew they didn't have much time left. Water was quickly filling up the broken boat, and there was no land in sight. Among the people that our courageous Navy personnel saved from that sinking boat was my father, who risked his life to try to find us safety. I didn't see my father for many years. Our family wasn't together much during my childhood. I never stopped wondering why. When I was 18 years old, with my family living comfortably in Australia, I was the one who left home. Now I'm the one who isn't around. My bags are always packed. This is the kind of sacrifice men and women of the Australian Defence Force make every single day. They do this so that other families can be spared the suffering and separation that occurs when home is no longer a safe place to stay. 24 years since that tiny wooden boat that was saved by our Navy, I stand here as a proud daughter, a former immigrant, a former soldier, and now as an aviator. I get to carry the hope and now a promise to give back to a place I now call home. Today marks the 111th anniversary of the Gallipoli landings, Anzac Day. On this day, we remember those who exemplified bravery, courage, and leadership. We acknowledge that we can only serve on this journey because of their legacy and sacrifices. My parents grew up in Afghanistan, building our family home with love and hope. War made us refugees. We left our home without much choice. This happened during the war in Afghanistan, Australia's longest military engagement with more than 26,000 personnel deployed. Incidentally, this year also marks 25 years since the commencement of Operation Slipper, Australia's contribution to the war in Afghanistan. That war, like all wars, offers us lessons and losses. Australians preserved in the most unfamiliar terrains and conditions, carrying out their duties with commitment and courage. While the war is now over, the human cost continues. Many veterans are still battling the lasting shadows of war in the form of moral injury and mental health challenges. The battles they fight every day are often unseen and unheard. But we must all continue to support and care for our defence community. As a personnel capability officer, I am grateful I can, alongside many of our ADF, serve our members on a human level, helping them to navigate the complexity of service life. I know each one of them have family waiting for them to return home safely. I know that any decision that is made to put our personnel in harm's way is always made with a deep sense of responsibility and reflection, alive to the strategic challenges and risks our nation may face. In times of global conflict and uncertainty, our guiding principles should always be as those of the Anzacs before us: to uphold the values we cherish as Australians, and through our actions to always honour the sacrifices of all our personnel and their families, with an unwavering commitment to the preservation of peace, lest we forget.
Flying Officer Ali, thank you for sharing your moving and beautifully human story.
Oh my God, I just filled up the car and it's 1 degree on their temperature gauge on the petrol station, and then I'm just like, oh my God, I need a pee. Went to McDonald's, got a hot chocolate and a ham and cheese pocket, so hopefully that'll warm up on the way home. Okay, so just driving home from doing dawn service at the Australian War Memorial. Wow, still 4 degrees. I'm just starting to thaw out now. Queenslander rookie error, forgot gloves. Doesn't matter with all the layers of thermals and everything I've got on, I'm still frozen. But that was the most moving ceremony experience I've ever had at Anzac Day. I cry normally at the last post, but that was something else. So good. And even the defence lady, I can't remember her name, but her story was just brilliant, that her dad died escaping Afghanistan, and then she became part of the Defence Force for Australia, which is awesome. Stupid emotions. Got to wear my Pops medals today, which is another honour. It's hard to explain. But yeah, very emotional. Great experience. If you haven't done it, I highly recommend it. Yeah, once the light comes on to see how many people are actually there is great that they make the effort to respect our veterans. Okay, I need to drive. Stop crying. You're racing.
Where did you go to line painting school?
Yeah, stay away.
Yeah, I don't want to get that.
Go Ed, dance it up.
after leaving 50 k's south of Narrabri, sleeping in a rest area, a lot of trucks all night, left early, just got home at 5:07 p.m, done over 1,000 k's, beer and spa. Good night.